wonderful to be you, with your perfect husband and your perfect marriage. I will be putting all of my effort into making Bill and Haley pay. We're getting married tomorrow!
And I'm gonna tell you something, you didn't make me, and your father didn't make me either.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a father.
My social media presence is about to become more important than ever. I'm gonna shake things up.
You're one of the sexiest women I've ever laid eyes on.
Fairmont Crest braces for explosive clashes, a televised bombshell, and a week that changes everything. The Beyond the Gates Spoilers weekly update for February 23rd to 27th, 2026 features Eva and Leslie having a busy week filled with business and showdowns. In other news, Kat's week will be equally dramatic. And Anita's desire to go public with her cancer diagnosis lands her in the hot seat on the set of CBS Mornings, where special guest star Gayle King will interview her. One pair of lovers, Vanessa, Lauren Buglioli, and Joey, John Lindstrom, solidify their relationship while in Puerto Rico. Doug's, Jason Graham, night goes from bad to worse and sets up the cardiologist's death. Naomi, Ariel Prepati, suffers a loss when she can't find her wedding and engagement rings. Thankfully, June, Jasmine Burke, saves the day when she finds it at Orphe Jeans. Couples across town celebrated Valentine's Day in wildly different ways. Anita, Tamara Tunie, serenaded Vernon, Clifton Davis. Joey ceded control to Vanessa when she blindfolded and handcuffed him, and they had some private fun at his place. Meanwhile, at the club, Martin, Brandon Claiborne, and Smitty, Mike Manning, spent the evening at the country club in the dining room, where Martin's mom and sister celebrated with a Galentine's dinner. Martin's gift to Smitty, a trip out of the country, backfired. Smitty told his husband that he couldn't go anywhere. He had a story to work on. Martin didn't like it, but ultimately, they agreed they wouldn't be able to go out of town until after his election. This was the price of being a couple with two intense jobs that required a lot of time and hard work. Meanwhile, Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, and Kat, Colby Muhammad, bonded while they both slyly texted the men in their lives, Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, and Kyle, Greg Vaughn, for Nicole and Tomas, Alex Alegria for Kat. At Uptown, Danny, Karla Mosley, and Andre, Sean Freeman, ran into Ted, Keith D. Robinson, and Shanice, Ernestine Johnson. Shanice and Danny connected in a way they had never before. Shanice raved about Danny's recent live stream announcing her collaboration with Tatum Stewart, Millie Figueroa. And together, they battled Leslie, Trisha Mangrant, who went home alone. Bill, Timon Kyle Durrett, called in a favor to Joey. As expected, he wanted Joey to find the guy who mugged Haley, Marquita Goings. Joey naturally farmed the task out to Randy, Maurice P. Carey, which put the guy in a precarious position. After all, he knew exactly who mugged his cousin, and that it wasn't some guy. It was Lynette Dominique Madison, and it was part of a con. Tomas questioned Haley's motives for delivering the pro bono documents to Lynette, and she quickly got upset about being grilled. Later, Bill scolded Tomas and put him in his place. At the hospital, Ashley, Jen Jacob, did Grayson, Jordi Villasuso, a solid, even though he hadn't asked her to. Based on his explanation for their previous date that was cut short, Ashley put a list together of affordable assisted living facilities in the DMV for his ill mother. Grayson didn't appreciate her doing that. Ashley understood she crossed a line. In Nicole's office, Danny pressed her sissy for details about her feelings toward her and Andre, and their potential double dating with Ted and Shanice. They all hung out at Uptown on Valentine's Day, and she thinks it would be important for Andre. Danny also sussed out Nicole's feelings about Carlton and Kyle, country club drama centered around Leslie, who made herself comfortable at Anita and Vernon's table. Leslie wanted to collect on the item she bought at the Winterfest auction, a lunch with the Articulates. She didn't get the hint that Anita and Vernon wanted to be left alone. When Anita couldn't handle any more of Leslie, she got up from the table and then almost fainted. People in the dining room witnessed the spectacle for themselves. At the precinct, Jacob, Jiber Horges, got into it with his father over his undercover case. Jacob wanted respect. Elon, Malachi Malik, wanted Jacob to realize how brutal it is to work a deep undercover assignment. Ultimately, the conversation caused the detective to go home and tell his wife that he was moving out temporarily. Naomi wasn't happy about it, but she understood. Finally, Lynette was the center of two tense conversations, one with Tomas, who insisted that she contact him should she need any help. And she also got into it with Randy about her and Haley's con, which is about to blow up in their faces. Ashley Morgan, Jen Jacob, and Shanice Johnson decide to take a trip down memory lane to celebrate Ashley's work anniversary. This storyline offers a respite from the high-octane drama, allowing these two friends to reconnect and remember how far they've come. Ashley's professional life has been a roller coaster lately. She has been caught in the middle of a love triangle between the persistent Derek Baldwin, Ben Gavin. After the scene in the country club, the entire Fairmont Crest community whispered and gossiped about it. Anastasia, Taimika Soretti, helped guide the gossip along, of course. She even mentioned it to Nicole, who lunched with Samantha. Nicole defended her mother, and Samantha tried not to let Anastasia's debutante trash talk get to her. The rumors and whispers reached Anita and Vernon, causing Anita to make a huge decision. She decided to go public with her cancer diagnosis. She needed to make calls to figure out the best way that would happen. Back at the club, Anastasia tried to get information about Nicole from Mona, Karen Kendrick, who just had a run-in with Randy at Orphe Jeans. Vanessa arrived at Nicole's table and quickly came up with a solution for Samantha's escort problem. She suggested that her son, Donnell, Alex Cheeks, take Samantha to the cotillion. He had attended before, so he was well-versed in everything related to the time-honored tradition. While Vanessa lunched at the club, Joey hung out at Uptown, where Bill and Haley arrived after stopping at the hospital to address her alleged headache. Haley started squirming when Joey and Randy showed up at the bar/restaurant. Although Haley had told Bill that Randy's name was Sammy, the guy who helped get her to the hospital after her miscarriage. Joey covered for Randy when Bill called him Sammy. Chelsea, Ronnie Rose Montilla, continued to fear that her relationship with Madison, Kenja, would suffer in the wake of her decision to turn down the Copenhagen Research Fellowship. Bill, however, got over his issues with his daughter getting married and made a phone call. Suddenly, a mysterious donation enabled Madison to accept the fellowship and work on it in the Washington, D.C. area. Chelsea immediately knew how this miracle happened. Weekly Breakdown, February 23rd to 27th, 2026. Monday, February 23rd, episode number 235. Anita's decision to go public with her cancer diagnosis puts her in front of special guest star Gayle King. There's a break in Haley's mugging case. June gives Joey a valuable tip. Samantha struggles to balance life and school. Tuesday, February 24th, episode number 236. Joey pulls some strings and orchestrates an escape in the process. Bill gets intel that enrages him. Haley works to meet Lynette's demands. Vanessa has a favor to ask of Donnell. Kat has a proposition for Tomas, Eva, Amber Michelle, and Leslie lock horns over the clinic. While undercover, Jacob runs into a familiar face. Ashley and Shanice take a trip down memory lane on Ashley's work anniversary. Derek makes a career decision. Thursday, February 26,